Get ready for an unfair advantage over your competition. This is the Sales Edge podcast, where globally recognized sales expert and trainer Joe Pici helps you sharpen your skills for booking more appointments and closing more deals. And now, here's your host, Joe Pici.
Well, welcome back to the Sales Edge. This is Joe Pici. We're excited to have you back. We're excited about the future we're taking with this podcast. It's all coming from your input. Sales Edge is sponsored by Pici and Pici, and that's a training, speaking, consulting company which really specializes in next-level skills, strategies, and methodologies for you, for your company, to help you get better at what you do. You know, we want you to be able to contact us with any suggestions, any questions. Should you have a question or something you would like us to speak on, if you will email me at joe@PICIANDPICI.com, or just give me a call and have a complimentary cup of Joe at 407-947-2590. Now, the Sales Edge is really looking to be your cutting edge. We're looking to create just content. So let's get right to content. You know, when's the last time you heard a person say, "I have a dream"? I was sitting with a client and now a friend this morning. We're having a cup of coffee together, talking about his success journey. And I looked at him and I said, "John, what do you want to be? What do you want to do? And what do you want to have?" Now, of course, I got that from Zig Ziglar, but it's something I think about every day. Because you got to be before you can do. You got to do before you can have. And in the being is where we reach significance. And I do have to admit, I spend so much of my time in my coaching and my training and my consulting, working with my clients on the skills and strategies and the how-to-its. How do you do this? How do you perfect that great script? How do you pick up the phone and book that appointment? How do you get more clients? And I will tell you that all that is important, and yet, without the dream, none of it happens. It all starts with the dream. Dawn and I start everything we do with the dream. In other words, what is it that we really want? What drives our soul? What drives your soul? I don't care how talented you are. I don't care how talented you're not. I don't care how skilled you are. I don't care how skilled you're not. I don't care how smart you are. I don't care how smart you're not. All of this doesn't matter, because everyone can have a dream, and everyone can pursue that dream. Because everything we do is dreams, goals, plans, and then action. You know, I looked up a couple definitions for the word dream, and I think people even struggle with defining the dream. One definition says, a strongly desired goal or purpose. And I believe the dream is what fires your soul. It's why do you do what you do? How much your time are you spending defining your dream? And I will tell you, I am never talking like I'm above you. I'm not. I'm Joe. I'm with you. And I have to make sure I carve out the time to focus on the dream. And that's why I get up so early, and when I'm on my stationary bike, I already know how to do things, but I'm focusing on our dreams. You know, what do you want to accomplish? What is it that fires your soul? Here are some results of having a clear dream. Number one, a clear dream is a driver. It will drive you. Number two, a dream becomes the catalyst for movement. A catalyst is something that creates movement. I remember when I was a college football coach and I got fired and I took a high school job at a little high school in Southwest Florida. It really had never won. They had about 29 kids in the program, and I recruited to Halls. They only had like under 800 kids in the whole school. I got like 160 kids out for spring practice. And the incumbent, the person everybody thought was going to be the quarterback, 6'2", 230, could throw the ball about 80 yards. And then I had this other kid who was 5'5", weighed about $140, and had a hard time hitting the wall with the ball. There's an amazing thing, though. Whenever we scrimmaged, the big, obvious kid, the ball never moved down the field. But whenever we scrimmaged that shorter, tinier kid, the ball always went down the field. Well, that kid wound up being the starting quarterback. And, of course, the community thought I was out of my mind. But I believe to this day, the yardage that we accomplished that next year surpassed anything that's ever been done there before. A school that never won wound up going 8-1-1. And I think that still is like tied to the best record ever in school history. He was a catalyst. He got things done. The dream, number 3, becomes your internal motivation. Number 4, the dream gives you strength. Number 5, the dream gives you hope. And number 6, your dream creates your vision. I believe, seriously, if you're not pursuing your dream, you lack the ability to reach significance. I think after a while, we no longer do things for money. We all seek to have significance. We all seek to do something of great importance. And I think a dream is what creates that significance. Something worth fighting for. As Les Brown says, something worth fighting for, work day and night for, giving up your time, your peace, and your sleep for it. Is there anything you have that causes you to feel that way? When you think about it, your eyes get wet. When I really think about my dream, it tends to make me emotional, and I'm not an emotional kind of guy. Celine Dion, and I recommend you listen to her song when she opened up the Olympic years ago, The Power of the Dream. And what she said in a couple of her lyrics is the power of the dream is that magic spark. It fires your imagination. Dreams are like oxygen. You really can't live without them. Where there is no dream, there is no purpose, there is no focus, there is no action. Kevin Costner, we all know Kevin Costner. He is that really famous actor and producer. Here's a quote. I'm a big fan of dreams. Unfortunately, the dreams can become a casualty. People seem to give up as quick as anything for what they perceive as reality. Dr. Steve Price states there are over 4,800 books on the word to dream. He says, we draw our dreams, we make dream lists, we put pictures on our refrigerator, and then we go off and chase them. He also says none too often. He says often in that case, we hit a wall, we hit an obstacle, we hit a naysayer, and we turn that dream over to reality and we quit pursuing the dream. Now, here's some truths about dreams. You are never given a dream without the power to achieve it. And I believe that. I don't think you have a dream birth in you. without the power to chase it and achieve it. Number 2, Wilma Rudolph, that famous sprinter and hurdler. Never underestimate the power of dreams and the influence of human spirit. We are all in the same notion, and potential for greatness lies within each of us. We all have the ability to dream. And like I said before, there's a lot of things that you may have to be equipped for. Maybe technology, or maybe if you're an accountant, be great at math. There's so many things that we have to learn and master. But everyone, even the youngest person, that young kid at 5 years old has a dream of being a great athlete. That young child has a dream. She wants to be a doctor. And so at the elementary age, at the youngest age, we dream, and something happens along the road. Walt Disney said, all your dreams can come true if you have the chance to chase them. So we must chase our dreams. Number 4, dreams have the power to make real what the heart desires. Oh man, I'll tell you what. When you think about that dream, it becomes so real. Another one is the future belongs to those who believe in the power of the dream. I think that might be a lyric in Celine Dion's song, which came from, believe it or not, Eleanor Roosevelt. The future belongs to those who believe in the power of the dream. Here's another one. Go after your dream no matter how unattainable you think it is. I study people. I study successful people. I study people that have overcome unbelievable obstacles, people that have achieved greatness. And it all started with the dream seed. It all started with that idea, that passion to chase the dream. I recommend that in the next year or so, you read a number of biographies of people that have accomplished above average feats in their life, and trace back that moment in time where they had a dream. Man alone, that's man or woman alone, man alone knows the power to transform his thoughts into physical reality. Man alone can dream and make his dreams come true. I have a question for you before I move on. If we were to sit together, if we were having a cup of joe like me and John this morning, and if I said to you, what is your dream? What do you want to be? What do you want to do? What do you want to have? What fires your soul? What makes you emotional? What makes your eyes wet when you think about it? What would you fight for? What would you make sacrifices for? What would you give up for it? Could you tell me? But more important, you don't have to tell me. Could you tell yourself? See, I'm like you. I'm on the same journey you are. I never believe I arrive. I'm not better than anyone. I certainly not smarter than anyone. But I have to work on my dream like you have to work on yours. We have to collectively understand that nothing happens without a dream. Nothing. Here's another thought for you. Don't ever let someone tell you that you can't do something. This came from The Pursuit of Happiness, Will Smith. Don't ever let someone tell you can't do something. You got a dream, you got to protect it. When people can't do something themselves, they're going to tell you you can't do it. You want something? Then go get it. Period. think in our lives, have we ever been talked out of something? Have we ever allowed people's thoughts to come into our hearts and keep us from pursuing our dream? You know, I've seen people, extraordinary people, that didn't start extraordinary. They were ordinary people that had extraordinary dreams, that the dream was bigger than the challenge. Now, I want you to write down, you can't do it now if you're running or walking or riding a bike, but I want you to, when you get a chance, I want you to take out a sheet of paper and I want you to write A, B, C, D horizontally. A to the left, B, C, D. Now, A is the origination. A is that idea. It is that seed. It is that original thought. It is that thing that kind of that curiosity, that the beginning of the dream, the seed. B is the wall. B is the struggle. B is the obstacle. B is the naysayer. B is the community that tells you, you can't do that. That'll never work. It's been done here before. You can't write that book. You can't be a professional speaker. No one will pay you. You're not smart enough. You're not fast enough. You're not tall enough. You haven't gone to the right school. B is the challenge. It's the wall. B is when you fail. Now, C is the completion of the task. C is when you are a completer. No matter what, I'm going to complete. I'm going to finish everything I start. I'm going to have a methodology, a philosophy. I am never going to start anything without the idea that I will finish. I will until I will get this done. Now, the key here, stay with me. When you're at A and you hit B, the majority of people will focus on the struggle, the wall, the naysayer, the obstacle, and they'll stop. What I'm challenging you to do is fix your eyes on D, the dream, the worthwhile realization of that goal and dream and purpose and passion. You see, when we hit the wall at Pici and Pici, we don't focus on the wall. We focus on the dream. And the dream, listen, please, the dream pulls you through the obstacle to the completion of the task, which then you realize your dream. Now, hopefully this has given you some context. Hopefully we've given you some things to think about. In future podcasts, when we address this topic, the dream, we're going to talk about what happens when the wall, the obstacle, the struggle hits, some of the strategies that you can employ to help you on the success journey. Now, take out your phone, and I want you to text this number, 55678, and in the message, one word, Sales Edge, and send that. Text that. It's going to hit the link, and the link will take you to a splash page. There's some free downloads, one on LinkedIn, one on sales. Also, if you scroll down, there's links to our podcast. Send this out. If you like and you feel this is an effective podcast, can you like it? Can you share it? And can you write a comment for us? You know, we are looking to help you get better, but we're also counting on you to help us get better. Send in your comments. Send in your suggestions. I'm not afraid of constructive criticism. If there's something you want to hear that I'm not covering, let me know. This has been podcast number 41. Our future podcasts are always going to be something of value to you. I want to thank you for coming. Thank you for being part of what we're doing here, and we look forward to connecting with you again. Thanks a lot.
Thanks for listening. New episodes will air each Tuesday and Thursday, so make sure to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts and give us a 5-star review. The Sales Edge is sponsored by Pici and Pici Incorporated, a firm which provides training, consulting, and keynote presentations, empowering corporations and individuals to attract and retain quality clients for higher revenues and growth. Make more money in sales. Speak with Joe in person by calling 407-947-2590 or visit www.piciandpici.com. Spelled PICIAND, PICI.com.